What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon. It's a Monday, and of course that can mean only one thing. We're going to be checking out the world rankings to see what has shifted up due to those games on the weekend in the World Cup and beyond, because there is quite a lot of rugby going on outside of the World Cup as well, so it's always fun to check out some of those teams. And then afterwards we'll be checking out the superbru, your guys' predictions to see who got what right, as well as the fantasy teams and going through the best players of the round. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like, and without further ado, let us jump in and get talking about some of these world rankings. Now, of course, World Cup wise, only 2 games this weekend, because we're into the semi-finals, and we're moving on to the finals next weekend. South Africa and New Zealand both winning theirs. They were already ranked number 1 and ranked number 2. They hold at rank number 1 and number 2. England and Argentina losing their games, obviously respectively, because they lost to South Africa and New Zealand. England holding 5th, Argentina holding 7th, and the rest of the top 10 all out of the World Cup, so no switching around. In terms of going into this final week then, still very exciting because Argentina only 1.3 down on England. So if Argentina win that game for that 3rd place playoff, Argentina will leapfrog over England. And then finally, of course, that big game going on the weekend for the final to declare the world champions in 2023. If South Africa win, they will hold out that number 1 spot. If New Zealand win, they'll be leapfrogging up to that number 1 spot with being classed as the world champions as well. A lot of exciting stuff going on this weekend. But in terms of last weekend and results going on, not a lot of changes to talk about. There is some stuff going on further down the board though, which I always enjoy. I always enjoy having a bit of a look at it. I've been seeing a lot of comments from you guys as well saying how much you've enjoyed seeing some of these other things going on as well. Latvia climb up from 62nd up to 59, 3 teams dropping down behind them. Slovenia, Serbia, Guam, Peru, Algeria, Botswana and Denmark all climbing up 1 place, and Finland dropping down from 71st down to 78th. So I'm assuming that means that Latvia beat Finland in a game on the weekend. Can't tell you a lot about my Latvian or Finnish rugby, but it'd be fun to check out those games at some point. But yeah, Finland dropping down a few places there, people climbing up the board slowly, and elsewhere looks like that's all that was went on. So a lot of changes lower down, but only due to 1 game. In terms of the world rankings for this weekend then, not a lot to talk about. Most likely was going to be the case, right? Semi-finals, not a lot of these top 10 teams playing this weekend, and will probably kind of be the same next week depending on results. Obviously the real areas you're looking at for next weekend, that England-Argentina game and the South Africa-New Zealand, whoever wins that goes above the other team, right? That's how it's going to be working out for us. On to the predictor then. Your guys' thoughts on this game. Now, it does say up here that the slam bonus point is like available, but no one's been awarded it. So maybe if everyone gets it, nobody gets it. I'm not sure what's going on there, maybe because it's only 2 games. They got rid of the slam bonus point, but there's a lot of 4s across the board. It is all about those margin and bonus points in this one. So take a look at the first game. New Zealand taking this one by 38 points, 44 points to 6. I said New Zealand by 19. I thought I was, pushing it out there a little bit. 38 is a whole different world. A couple of people went for Argentina. Thought maybe running out of time now to make the big comeback. Maybe you need an upset, not the way it goes. We'll have a scroll down. A lot of people went for New Zealand. Where did we want to be though? All the way down near the bottom. And the person who got closest, Armand. Congratulations to Armand going in there on 35 for New Zealand, only 3 points away, but was close enough to get that bonus point. And then Bonjour, England, no chance of winning, and Analytical both sharing a half bonus point as well from that one. Anyone else? You're all on the same points. We all get 2 points for picking New Zealand on winning that one because it's the semi-final now. Every win is worth 2 points. But I think a lot of people went for a lot of the same teams in this one. England versus South Africa then. My goodness. How much closer was this game than I expected? South Africa by 1. I said by 13. I went slightly more than I said in the preview video. But yeah, England pushed that one close, and my goodness, look at what some of these people could have taken for big points. Could have gone their way. Bears Gamer there, another YouTuber, could have taken some big points this week. Bears, I did watch his live stream the other day, playing a bit of Rugby 08, and he was talking about England coming in with a big win, potentially nearly there, but still came away with a half bonus point. Both you and Blown Dogfin. Not quite a dolphin, it's a dog fin. But the big points being shared then. I'm new here, and Scare75 sharing it said South Africa by 3 apiece. And got 0.5. Now, I did think I saw somebody when I was going through superbru that I actually picked bang on and said South Africa by 1 because I was thinking, oh my goodness, like that person got it correct. But they've gone, so they've left the group. I don't know what happened there, or if they got disqualified or something from that one. And then the half bonus point also being shared out this side of it by getting within 5 to Danny R and Do You Like Curry, both taking some points away from this one. With the rest of us all just getting those 2 points for picking the correct team, all the way out to Big Brain Ian, who thought, you know what, let's go mega, let's play the Price is Right style of stuff. We're going all the way up there for the big points by 90. A lot of people said 40, 30. I really thought South Africa were going to have a better game in that one. The rain causing all sorts of issues for them in terms of their handling. In terms of the round then, I mean, the only separation is going to be at this top right. Armand's taking this round on 5.5, getting the 2 wins, the bonus points as well. I'm New Here comes in on second place, joint with Scare on 5 points, and then 4.5 goes to Bonjour, England No Chance of Winning, Do You Like Curry, Analytical, and Danny R. So congratulations to you guys. The rest of us will all be on 4. For a long way down, I suspect. So there's not really like a top 10 this weekend. We're all kind of joint top 10. Even the TDM is kind of close across the board. We'll have a bit of a scroll down though to wherever this stops. There it is. Bears game is going to be the first one not to get that 4. 2.5. A couple people getting 2s, and then Blown Dogfin got the 0.5 there. A lot of people just given up. They said, you know what, I'm not winning, I'm not getting in that top 10. A lot of people not getting their picks in this weekend. Interesting, it didn't do the default picks. I thought it would have done, default picks for people, and therefore they would have scored some points. Apparently not. So some people have bowed out of this one. So in terms of our leaderboards, as we enter the final round, That 11 is still holding strong on 55 points in first place, 1.25 ahead of second place of Chachino. Big Brain there just behind on 53.58. Willem comes in on 53.5. Alex M on 53. Cersari 2 on 52.75, joint with Milan and Yippee Traye. Wow, there is a big chance for maybe the 6th position, maybe even stealing top 5, top 4, maybe could even be, oh my goodness. In fact, actually look at this. I haven't actually just seen that. From second place down to, what, 10th? Is a point and a half. If people get the wrong calls and you get a bonus point in the final, there's some big jumping could go on here. Constant Jet comes in 9th place on 52.33, joint with the Rugby Veterinarian on 52.33 as well. So there is your top 10 as we go into the final. We'll have a scroll down the list. A few people climbing up some places. Do You Like Curry jumped up 6, Analytical up 5. I'm New Here up 11 places. Big Brain Key, with the 90-point call for South Africa still moving up. Which means somebody dropped down. Just Gaz, not your Ramu, not getting your picks in this round, drops down 28. You're down towards me. That's kind of depressing. You can drop down 28 places and still be above me. But hey, we'll take it. I am in the top 50, so you know what? I'm taking at this point 47.75. What am I away? I'm actually not that many points. It's about 8 points, but I need a lot of people to do very, very badly in order for me to come back. There I am. We'll carry on scrolling down from where I was. Oh, Gobi dropping down 35 places, maybe not getting your picks in this week. Cappy Zero Town dropping down there 21 places. Bears dropping down 11. Jay down 38. Connor Does Rugby down 11. Oh man, a lot of people dropping big points this week. Some people just bowing out of it. Thought I'm not going to get in that top 10. And yeah, it's been a painful week for that. In terms of down the bottom then, VAR Bulls is now down alongside of Alfie Brez. I think it's switching you guys around every week, right, in terms of who's going to get that final wooden spoon to take it away. But congratulations to That 11 on being in the lead as we enter the final round. Can you hold it out for one more round and be declared the World Cup champion in the Predictor series? On to the fantasy then. Actually bigger points than I was expecting. I expected most players to be scoring like 10 or something in this round, but a couple of the New Zealand wingers did score well, so making them captain was the right way to go. I had all the big scoring players and just made none of them captain. I made Cheslin Colby captain. What a terrible decision that was by me. The boy barely touched the ball compared to someone like, Will Jordan, what have you. So taking this round, Bears Gamer, after not doing too well in the Predictor Series Bears, the choice of the fantasy team, much better for you, coming in on 211.5, which is actually a very respectable score for this round. It's kind of hard to get past that 200 marker. Henry comes in on 211, and Bowie comes in on third place on 200. 210.5. Very, very close up this top end, to be fair. Fwan Frosty and Ricky Lou, both of you guys ending on 210. As well, getting in on 209. So 2.5 points separate the top 6 in the semi-final. That's kind of wild. Nutcracker comes in on 205.5. Jeff, 63 on 202. Nostra Dive and Etai will be rounding out our top 10 for this week on the 201.5. A couple of you guys also got over the 200 marker. Fair play to you guys. We scroll down through the 190s for the second. Yeah, my big decision that was a mistake was picking Cheslin Colby as captain. Where did I end? There's me on 162.5. I'm the same as Philip there. Man, if I don't know why I didn't pick Will Jordan. I thought Cheslin Colby might have just been up for a very exciting game, but not the way to go this one, and it's cost me some big points right before the end of the tournament, which is going to be a bit of a shame. As we'll take a look then at the best players you could have gone for. It is a lot of New Zealand players. I'm not going to lie to you. I had a bit of a look through to see all the sort of different players I could pick out. In terms of your props then in the blue, you wanted Ethan de Groot from New Zealand would have scored you 11. And then the other best prop of the round was actually Thomas Gajo from the losing Argentinian team, scored you 10.5. So if you had both of them, you could have got I think 21.5, and I think Nutcracker actually had them both. In terms of your hooker, Cody Taylor from New Zealand would have scored you 12.5. Your lock department was interesting because it was an entire lockout by South Africa, I believe. Franco Mostert scored you 11, and RG Sneeman would have scored you 14. Of course, getting over for his try in that game was the way to break that yellow bar. The back rows, I think, were entirely New Zealand. Shannon Frizzell scored you 20. Ardi Sarvea scored you 20, and Sam Kane scored 11. Everyone else that I could see in terms of that back row was scoring about 10. So nothing there for any of the other teams. Your best scrum half of the round, Aaron Smith from New Zealand. It's a lot of All Blacks players, scored you 13. Your best fly half of the round was Richie Mwanga from New Zealand. Your best centres of the round was Geordie Barrett and Rico Ioane, would have scored you 15 and 9 respectively, so New Zealand yet again. And then in terms of your back three, Mark Talea would have scored you 21.5, Will Jordan would have scored you 31, and finally Mateo Carreras would have scored you 14.5. So it was basically New Zealand across the board, and then obviously if you'd made any of those big players, like Will Jordan when your captains, where you get into that sort of 80 marker. I had both Will Jordan and Mark Talea, and I made Cheslin Colby my captain. Not the way to go. In terms of the leaderboard then, as we move on to the final, there has been a swap around in the top positions. Not something I thought I would be saying, but my boyfriend made me do this. Has taken back over that number one spot after being in charge for so long on 1,791, and just an extreme score. I wonder if he can crack 2,000 by the end of the final round. Big Brain drops down one place onto 1,782. Footeasy holds out third on 1,758. Fwan still in fourth on 1710. Phil on 1653. Cicino on 1627. on 1586. Villa Farrell holding eighth in 1557. Still got some big points. I might not be able to overtake Villa Farrell by the end of this one. I've got to just aim for the top 10. I think is about all I've got left now. Sparky Spartans on 1539, and to finish out in that top 10, PR Azevedo leapfrogs me to take that top 10 spot on 1524, and look at the damage that it does to pick Cheslin Colby over Will Jordan. There's me in 11th on 1507. I've just cracked that 1500 point marker. I've gone back above Kieranosaurus. Me and Kieranosaurus are just fighting it out right to the end to try and scramble to get into this top 10, finishing just below 1500 points for Kieranosaurus. Well, I'm going to scroll down. Bears Gamer, after winning this round, congratulations to you, Bears. Get that little golden cap. You climb up 2 places up to 16th. Only about 60 points behind me now. Might be slightly too much to make up in one round, but you never know. Pick some good picks this week. Maybe you could get into that top 10 by the end of the final round. We'll have a scroll down to see if there was any mega switch ups along the way. Anyone in sort of their sort of, I guess, over 10 for this round would be classed as maybe a big one. Mattarella there dropping down 14, and Gunner climbing 14. Across the pond, up another 16. Across the pond has been climbing, right, over the last couple of weeks, I think. Our man climbs up 16. Mick P. Farrell climbs up 31. Good jump by you there. Philip up 19. Oh, sorry, the Nebster there as well, climbing up 17. Bonjour, England, no chance of winning, also climbing up 12. There's some bigger switch than I was expecting there. Sambuca, oh man, Sam's unfortunately dropped that 12 places this week. Gaz MCD climbs up 19 places. Yako Johan drops down 16. There's some bigger switches, to be fair. Rugger and Cappy Zero Town both on the climb this week. I thought most people would pick very similar teams, and therefore we would all kind of remain the same. As we keep scrolling down, we haven't seen anyone drop 20, I don't think, yet. We've seen a couple of 19. There's another 19 there. Wombat 999, unfortunately dropping down. I'm New here climbs up 8 places there. We've got another big droppers. No, so no one dropped down 20. At least there's no major losses in this one, and of course a couple of people still holding out on 0. But congratulations to Bears Gamer on taking this round. It's nice to see we've had some new names over the past couple of weeks. And congratulations to my boyfriend who made me do this, who's taken back that number 1 spot. Big brain. Oh boy, maybe slipping off. In fact, we'll take a look at quickly the world rankings to see what that means. Ray Finkel he's still doing things, isn't he, man? This guy is just unbelievable. Still holding out on 1855. Tom Lee jumps into second place then on 1834. Tevez 1956 is now up into third place. My boyfriend made me do this. Climbs up into that top 4, up 2 places. I think first place might be slightly out of reach. 60 points would be a hell of a lot to come back. Maybe top 3, I think, is probably still within range for my boyfriend maybe do this, and Big Brain there. Foot Yeezy still holding out in the top 10 as well, in 7th place, doing extremely well. Anyone else? Who else we got? Juan Frosty is also in our group, up 7, nearly into the top 20. So we've got 4 players in the top 21. You know, that's still pretty decent. I'm loving you guys doing so well. We'll have a quick scroll down in case I can see anybody else's name that sort of jumps out at me. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anyone else. Those top 4, it's kind of mad, right? Those top 4 are all like in the top 20, and it's only 60 points to Phil. And I couldn't see Phil's name in the top 100. So that's how competitive it is at that top level. But congratulations to you for at least being, you know, somewhere near the top of the world. That is quite an incredible achievement. I don't know if first place is still within range, but if we could have as many of you guys finishing in the top 10 as possible, you know, that would be absolutely fantastic. You know, I think anything in the top, I don't know, 1,000 in the world feels like quite an achievement. Top 100 is like, wow, that's really incredible. Top 10 is something else. You guys are a bit phenomenal to the the Rugby World Cup fantasy stuff. But there we have it, guys. That is going to be our roundup for Monday's videos. Hopefully you have enjoyed this one today. Of course, we've got some preview videos coming on later in the week. I'm feeling a bit better. I've got over my cold a little bit now, so I feel a bit more pizzazzed and full of energy just in time for the final. So make sure you are subscribed to know when those videos come out on the weekend as we get on to the final round of the Rugby World Cup. A massive game to see us off to see who will be crowned as the champion in 2023. I'll see you all next time, guys. Bye bye.